Hi everyone, 大家好, this is Jingweiiii, and today I'm going to do a quick guide on Adele. So as many of you guys should know, the game just officially announced that Adley is the next featured character, and I am quite sure that is Adele. So let's start. So the first thing that I will talk about is the ways that you can obtain her copies. So Adele is a dark unit from the assault role, and she is a standard limited character just like the twins and Teresa. So the first way that anyone can get her is from the featured banner. So her debut banner you can pull with 2700 gems for 10 pulls. Same thing as the twins and Teresa. That's how global people can get her quickly. So as she is standard limited, after a certain period of time, I'm not really sure how long, she will be added inside the faction shop and summon. So as you can see from here, you are able to summon her from the faction summon, and you can also exchange her for 70 faction medals here. So yeah, that's how you can obtain her in the future. Okay, so first let's start with Adele's description and a showcase. So these are her skill description. I'm quite sure a while ago in the Discord chat, someone had shown the official skill description of Adele. Not sure where that picture went, but I am certain to say that my translation is very accurate. So yeah, let's just refer to this for now because I don't know where the picture is. So her first skill is a 3 target attack, and it will inflict a stack of bleed and no healing, so simple. Her second skill will allow her normal attack to hit every enemy at a lower multiplier and have a chance to inflict a stack of bleed. Also very simple. Her third skill is where it gets to start a bit complicated. So apart from the usual stat boost on the third skill, she has this hidden state ability where if the team falls below a certain percentage, then Adele will enter her hidden state, and in the hidden state she receives a multitude of buffs. So in the hidden state, she is undetectable by enemies, which means that enemies are not able to target her unless it is by AoE skills like LK. That is unavoidable. But for single target, she will avoid all of that. Okay, very simple. So in the hidden state, she is able to gain 30 rage at the start of every round. So since it lasts a total of 4 turns, she is able to gain extra 120 rage. She also has a 30% increase in dodge, and she is immune to all CC, which is, great. And oh, I forgot the most important part. In the hidden state, her rage skill is enhanced from a 3 target attack to a single target attack at a higher multiplier. So yeah. Okay, last one, skill 4, the most complicated part, which is not so complicated. So she will inflict a blood devouring mark on all enemies. So this mark basically allows all the bleed damage to be removed from their max HP. So to put it simply, if Adele inflicts bleed on an enemy and the enemy suffers from 100 bleed damage, then apart from taking the 100 bleed damage, the enemy will also have 100 health points deducted from their max HP. And this max HP reduction can accumulate up to 30%. So you are able to cut out 30% of an opponent's max HP. Very simple, okay? So yeah, that's her skills description. If you guys didn't understand, then I have a short video here for you guys to watch. So you can see here. Yeah, so that is the 3 target normal rage skill. And in a while, you will see that she turns invisible. That is her hidden state. Now she's undetectable by enemies. You can see that she gains a chunk of rage just now. So that is the 30 extra rage at the start of every turn. And in a while, you can see her single target rage skill. Hold on. Let's wait a while more. Okay, yeah, so that is her single target rage skill. Enough. So if you guys want to watch it again, you guys can head into my spreadsheet and click on that link, I guess. Okay, so now let's move on to her build. Let's go. So this is her build. Let's talk about it. Very standard. So, the usual skills: force, physical combo, piercing, and chase. So chase has the highest value on Adele because of her second skill. She can kill enemies very easily in her hidden state, which will proc the chase to happen a couple of times. And her normal attack has a really high multiplier, so chase is good on her. Very simple. And if you're using her as a pure main DPS, then you can use either anger, will, or berserk as the last 2 slots. Okay, very simple to build. If you're gonna use her as a sub DPS, then you can opt to use armor break or exterminate, or both together if you like. So it's really up to players' preference. If you want all damage, then go for 2 of these 3. If you want to be sub DPS, then you build this 4 together with armor break and exterminate. Okay, so now we'll move on to her best gear set. So as a DPS, obviously use the 4-piece offensive set. Very simple, nothing much to talk about. And now for her recommended magic devices. We have the 2 limited magic devices, and now we will have these 4. Let's not talk about those. So for early game users, everybody, you can use either D-Breath or this feather thing, I don't know. But, they are both okay options. And once you guys get to the red magic devices, you can use either astrological orb or the hourglass. Both of them work, but I believe the astrological orb is a much better choice due to it providing more damage buffs. And now we'll move on to most notable awakening node. So let's look at her awakening stuff. So this is her node 5. So I'll just translate it for you guys. In the hidden state, her hidden state is enhanced to last for 6 rounds instead of 4 rounds. And in this hidden state, Adele will gain an extra 10% attack buff and 20% damage resistance buff, which is, very good. Her hidden state is like her whole kit. So it's better that the hidden state will have 2 extra rounds with this awakening node. So yeah, that is her best awakening node. And now my thoughts on her. So she is the only unit where her normal attack deals more damage than her rage skill when fighting a full team. Using chase plus armor break and exterminate will make her a very good anti-revive sub DPS, and she's the valk equivalent, but I will go more in depth about this later on. So now let's talk about the best DPS teammates to use her with. So the best teammates are either the vampire girl or succubus. So this is because both of them can apply bleed to maximize Adele's blood devouring mark to reduce the opponent's max HP. I would say the vampire girl is slightly better because I believe that her skill 4, let's check. Yeah, her skill 4 will buff bleed damage by 20%, and she herself can also apply bleed, and that's great. Succubus is also a great option because Succubus can also apply bleed, and she has a chance to inflict that control with her normal attack, right? So yeah, not that bad too. Guna is obviously the best choice because she's just that great. Okay, so now let's go over my own Adele build. Let's see. So my Adele, she is at 13 stars maxed, and she is using astrological orb at 3 stars. So my skills are will, force, berserk, anger, combo, and chase. So I know I did say that piercing is the important one, and I should be using piercing. It's just that I upgraded the patterns already, and it is very expensive to reroll, so I'm not going to change that. If I could, I would rather change berserk to piercing, but too expensive. It works as it is, so I'll leave it like that. Okay, and then I'm using the 4-piece offensive set, and my awakening is at 25, which is node 6. So yeah, very good. And now I will show you guys the team that I use her in. So this is my general team: Qingluan, Callisto, Themis, Guna, Cynthia, and Adele. I am just using her as a general DPS. Nothing like a specialized team, just a general DPS. Okay, so let's go move on to check the leaderboard builds. So the first Adele that I see here is on the Plague team, which is here. So very high level awakening, using the mixed 2-piece offensive and defensive set, And for her skills, we have piercing, combo, exterminate, dominance, force, and chase. So this is more like a sub DPS build with exterminate and dominance on. Also using the limited magic device. And now let's move on to the next Adele build, which I believe is a bit below here. So yeah, very high level awakening, a very invested 4-piece offensive set, many stars, and we have anger, strike, force, combo, and piercing and chase. So this is an example of a DPS build Adele, but using strike instead. So I personally don't like strike, but it is still a great skill. And also using the limited magic device. So these are examples of the leaderboard Adele builds. And then now we'll move on to the important part of whether you should pull Adele or not. So the most simplest explanation that I can give you is that if you have built a Valkyrie already, then do not build Adele. It is not worth. The most simple explanation. So let's go more in depth as to why you should not build Adele if you have Valkyrie already. So let's start. Let's do a live demonstration. So for example, let's put in a general team. So I'm just gonna guess a popular team that existed. So LK and Irelia. So this is quite a popular team, I believe, in global right now. And yeah. So when Adele drops, you would probably swap out Irelia or Chen for Adele. Okay, so that is what most people might do. And you see in a while more, there will be Guna. So you would swap out Chen for Guna. And then a while more, you will have Qingluan coming out. So you will drop LK for Qingluan. And now your team is full. You have no other space to include anything else. And you have an extra Valkyrie on the team because both Adele and Valkyrie perform the same role as a general DPS. They don't bring anything else to the table, just purely damage. So having both of them in the same team is not a good idea. It is much better to just pick one and leave that slot for a support such as Cynthia or Elsa, So if you're using both Valkyrie and Adele on the team, it is very redundant. You are focusing too much on damage and then you are giving up on, defensive supports, all those. So it might put your team at a bigger risk. So basically, do not pull Adele if you are already halfway through building your Valkyrie. They do not go well together. Okay? And I believe that is all, right? Okay, wait. So apart from this, I'm gonna show you guys a mini video. I'm not gonna do a battle showcase because I have posted an Adele battle showcase below. So I'll just link that video in the description. I'll show you guys a short video of my Adele being good. I believe is in here. Okay, let's watch. Okay, that's music. I didn't know. How do I shut the music back? Okay. I guess not. So you can see that she can chain 4 normal attacks in a single turn. So let me explain how. So the first normal attack is the basic normal attack. And that normal attack killed somebody, I think. So by killing someone, it triggered chase, which will allow her to cast her normal attack again. So for the second normal attack, it did not kill anyone. But because physical combo triggered, so she is able to cast her normal attack again. And for the combo normal attack, it killed somebody. So that triggered chase again. So in total, she is able to cast normal attack 4 times with, if these prerequisites all line up, she's able to cast normal attack 4 times. And moreover, we can see that her normal attack multipliers are very high. You can see it's really, really high. They're all great. And it's much higher than her rage skill. So that is how good Adele is. So imagine if I had equipped exterminate on her, then I could easily ensure that the whole team had the anti-revive debuff on them. So yeah, that is the general guide on Adele. She's coming out soon, I think 29th April. Are you guys excited? I'm not not interested in her, sorry. Yeah, so good luck pulling on Adele if you guys are pulling for her. I hope this guide helped you. Any more questions you guys can comment, I guess. Okay, thank you everybody. 谢谢，拜拜。